Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. It's your host, Ian and Annie, here. Today is on June 9th, a wonderful Monday, and guess what? We've got a super interesting trending article from the clone, or machine learning, arXiv to talk about today. The title is LLM Safety Guardrails Collapse After Fine-Tuning, a Similarity Analysis Between Alignment and Fine-Tuning Datasets. That's a mouthful, isn't it? You can find this paper on arXiv, and its ID is arXiv 506.5346. It's quite a room, but so important for understanding our AI friends. So boys and girls, imagine we have these super smart computer programs called large language models, or LLMs for short. They can write stories, answer questions, and do all sorts of amazing things. To make sure they are always nice and don't say anything naughty or harmful, we give them special safety guardrails. Think of them like the rules we have in our classroom to make sure everyone is safe and respectful. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes when grown-ups try to teach these lines new things for specific jobs, a process called fine-tuning in, these safety guardrails can, disappear, get weak. It's like, even if they're learning something good and harmless, their original safety rules can get forgotten. This is called a jailbreak. And it's a big concern, right? It's like their safety bubble gets leaky. This paper is trying to figure out why this happens by looking at something really early in the process. They're looking at the data used to teach the LLM about safety in the first place, called the alignment dataset. The super smart people who wrote this paper had a hypothesis. A really good guess. They thought, maybe if the information used to teach safety is too similar to the new information the Noon is learning for its new job, then the safety rules did confuse and break. What does his similar mean here? Well, it's about something called representation similarity. That means how alike the AI understands or nurtures the safety data compared to how it picture a new fine-tuning data in its digital brain. If these pictures are too much alike, the AI might get muddled. Conversely, they thought if the safety data and the new learning data were quite different in how the AI sees them, the AI would be much better at remembering its safety rules. So what did they do? They did lots of experiments like good scientists. They created different sets of safety instructions for the LLMs. Some instructions were made to be very vague, similar in representation to the new things they will learn, and some were made to be very, very different. And guess what they found? They found that when the safety learning data and the new task data were very similar, how much easier to jailbreak. Naughty instructions could trick them more easily. In fact, the harmfulness score could go up by over 10%, which is quite a lot. But when the safety data was quite different from the new learning data, the LLMs were much stronger and safer. This means thinking carefully about the data you used to teach LLM safety from the very beginning is super important. It's like choosing the right building blocks to make a strong tower, right? Why should we care about this? How does this help us in our daily lives? Well, let's think of some examples. First, imagine our friendly chatbots or virtual assistants, the ones on our phones that help us. If their safety features break after an update, it might start giving silly or even bad advice. This research helps make sure that when they learn new things like about new apps, they still remember to be safe and helpful, so they won't tell you how to do something dangerous if you ask in a tricky way. Second, think about the AI used for content moderation on the websites, like social media, to keep things clean. These eyes are often updated to understand new slang. We wouldn't want them to forget their main job of catching harmful content, just because they learned something new. So if an AI is fine-tuned to understand discussions about a new video game, this research helps ensure it doesn't suddenly become worse at spotting bullying on other topics. And third, about AI in schools. There are new AI tools to help students learn, like AI tutors. It's super important these tools are always safe. If an AI math tutor is updated with advanced lessons, You need to be sure it doesn't accidentally start generating weird or unsafe answers to different questions a student might ask. This paper helps make sure these educational tools stay safe and reliable. So, how is this different from other ways to keep them safe? Or a lot of other methods are like fixing a problem after it happens. This paper is more about prevention, like building a really strong foundation from the start. They say, let's look at the upstream data, the very first safety lessons. If we make those lessons by ensuring they are too similar in representation to what the LLM might learn later, then the LLM will be naturally more robust. It's like teaching good habits early on. Paper also suggests that companies providing these fine-tuning services can use this idea. They can check the similarity between their safety. If it's too similar, they can choose a different, safer model or take extra steps. And keeping the original safety data private is also a good tip, so tricky people can't study it to break the rules. This is a really clever way to think about making our AI friends safer for everyone. That's all the time we have for today, everyone. Join me next time for more exciting news from the world of AI. Bye-bye.